more of a carry role. I feel like they have enough room to maybe make that transition here in the mid game. We'll see. We get underway, gods. It's game number 1 of this two-game showdown. CDEC. I think really they get 1 game here, they're happy. I mean, if they get 2, they're ecstatic and almost guaranteed top 2 in this group. iceiceice, early TP towards top. He's going to plant down a ward. He'll be playing the Clockwerk. FY on the Naga Sirens. Early sentries picked up to deal with the Bounty Hunter. Super going to rush down mid as the Queen of Pain. Looks like they want to get some detection off the bat for this BH. Fenrir will be your Rubik, headed towards the safe lane. They've gone double sentry, and this seems to be the way that most of the top teams are going to counter the Bounty Hunter picks. Get extra detection to be safe. Hal, the Bristle, and in the offlane, XC playing the Brood. Heading onto the Bounty Hunter into the roaming role will be Garter, and up towards the top lane, Lina being handled by Shiki. He had a great game with this earlier, game 1 versus Newbie. He'll be going mid, and seems aggressive on the hero of the tournament, and I mean, so far it's been his hero as well on the Gyrocopter, with Q rounding things out on the surprise Visage pick.
Yeah. Some very disciplined early game warding came out from Vici Gaming. FY was like spamming pings on the exact spot he wanted iceiceice to ward with the pool camp, and then they pinged the exact spot that they wanted the mid lane ward. So they had a very clear idea of what they were looking to do with their early game movement and which spots are going to be key for them to kind of control vision-wise. I
mean, if anybody knows how the Bounty Hunter picks are going to move around, it's probably FY, right? So.
Yeah.
In that sense, it's nice to give them away. You know how to make things happen with them, therefore you should know how to deal with them.
And no sentries to de-ward the pool camp here at the top lane. So Visage, no money as well that he's pocketing, so we'll have a pretty good time. There's one sentry, towards mid lane on the Bounty Hunter if he wants to bring it top, but he really wants to hold on to this to kind of have that sentry battle at mid, but this pool camp, when you've got a Visage who wants to get punished, can be very important.
He might want to have that battle, but he's going to lose it. FY has 2 sentries. As you can see, he's doing the now standard move of ferrying out the mid lane south. No chance of the courier getting sniped this way. The iceiceice getting a bit of harassment here from Q. He tries to trade auto attacks. Aggressive moves into position. Garter here. This could be the first blood. He gets the Janata slow, or rather the Orb of Venom slow, and there you go. Just like that, CDEC on the board. Q gets the first blood. Top lane is not normally where you expect the Bounty Hunter to come this early. It's normally if the mid lane doesn't work, and it's catching iceiceice a bit off guard.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like, you don't, that Bounty just, the place you'd least expect, and that's the great thing to do with the Bounty Hunter, is just to go to the conventional lanes. He's going to continue iceiceice, and he's slow here.
He tried to just kill the cog, but the attack speed slow caused him to cancel the animation and had to swing a second time. CDEC, I mean, the number of first bloods this team has gotten is off the charts at this point.
And that's going to free up this mid lane with FY already rotating off it. So they've got this 3v2 lane, and once Gyrocopter picks up some boots, there's a lot of kill potential coming out from CDEC.
So let's look at the other lanes here. Well, I want to, but there is that chance of a kill top. Quickly glancing at the mid lane, it is going to be the Lina versus Quap. We've seen most of the Lina players tend to win this matchup, at least by a decent margin. If there's no interference from the supports. And the bottom lane, it's the Brood versus Bristle Rubik being handled by Fender. How do you rate these other 2 lanes, guys?
Brood should have a fine time getting a lot of levels and being able to build up a decent number of Spiderlings to farm the jungle with, more so than the lane. And if Rubik's not careful, Rubik can get punished by a big Spiderling army as well. So I think Brood very comfortable with this lane. Bristle similarly should get a decent amount of farm, but I think slightly favoring CDEC the way it's going to pan out. And I think all 3 lanes, there's just like a slight edge going CDEC's way right now.
Okay, let's see how it works out. For now, iceiceice definitely having the struggle in the off lane compared to the Brood, who's got her level 3. He's only 1. He doesn't even have a point battery cell or Rocky yet, but I'm looking at mid lane where FY is just camping the hell out of Shiki. They want to help secure the Queen of Pain start, feeling like the top lane just can't be won, and not sure how easy it would be for them to make a play on mid, so he parks himself here. Super's going to blink in, goes for the Shadow Strike. There is mana for a stun, but no mana for a combo. Shiki wants to hold that stun in case there's an actual tower dive coming out.
Yeah, so we'll try and wait out on his bottle, but he's worried about a courier snipe himself. He's actually left the bottle back at the tier 3 tower without having eyes on, well, I guess the Rubik. The Rubik's showing kind of towards bottom lane, so a bit surprising, but at this point, it's just about being proactive to make sure any kind of early game advantage you've got, you don't want to throw it away with a courier snipe.
Well, no CS for the Visage. I suppose that's good news for Vici. Q not really getting much as far as the farm goes, and it is, I mean, later on maybe more of a 4-position Visage, but for now, all the lane control is up to him. So we're not going to see that super fast level of farm that, say, a Kuroki Visage would often acquire. I am all eyes on Aggressive for this safe lane. With the start, he's had 17 denies, early phase boots, and I mean, then it's just level 6 and he TPs. Like, it's every game that happens, so Vici need to keep their eyes out for the early movements.
Yeah, he'll TP, he'll join up with his team for smoke gangs, he'll be everywhere on the map. You don't know where he's showing up.
Oh, they have found FY here. They've got the Invis rune as well. He can be slowed down again. Can they get a rage for the stun? Shiki, no boots. Naga with decent move speed here. iceiceice will come in. They're going to slave it. I don't think they can commit any further. In fact, they could get trapped on the way out. Just if they stuck around a bit longer, Super could have closed the gap there. But they play it just to the right limit, then they back off.
I think Shiki could have maybe gone for the stun before picking up the rune there, but yeah, just wanted to make sure he got the... He was prioritizing the rune and Bounty's like, hey, we can get this kill, come on, man. And
let's go. But they have double boots now. Pretty decent timing on the boots here, just because he got involved in that early first blood.
Yeah. So we're at CDEC. I think very pleased with how things have panned out here for the laning stage, and it's just gonna be about making sure you don't give a team like Vici Gaming avenues back in through kills. Like, you want to try and slow down the Clockwerk's progression towards level 6, because that's where he can become a real problem. And just make sure that Super, when he gets level 6 and brings Sonic Wave to the table, that he's not finding openings to get picked off, especially on core heroes like Lina or a rotation towards top on the Gyrocopter.
They have tried to slow down Shiki a little bit, but he hits level 6 now, and Garter decides now is the time to make his move mid. Already an additional Don't Talisman being built. I don't think they can actually burst Super with this. Be hoping to find a support off in the jungle, doing a bit of stacking. No, actually there is an Ancient stack. Didn't catch that, but worth pointing out. They have the Bristleback, so that's something Vici could do to adjust the lanes here. Give a support the lane later on.
Yep. Garter trying to hope a career comes his way in mid lane. He sees Super with like the circlet mantle, and he's like, okay, his null's coming out soon, as well as his bottle. Where is this bottle? It's headed bottom lane, unfortunately. It's Hal using the courier, and unfortunately a bit of a misread from Garter.
The recipe is there, though.
Yeah.
You know, he might not catch it coming mid, but maybe he catches it going back, and they've even used the speed burst.
And how patient he's going to be. It should be headed, and the courier should go mid right now. I'm not sure what...
I mean,
there we go. It's
normally you save that speed burst versus a bounty hunter. It's a very small thing, but...
They're actually microing the courier over trees now. They're actually scared.
They're already worried.
Yeah.
They're like, this bounty hunter has to be up to something.
This is just smart anti-bounty hunter kind of play. Garter going to kind of give up here.
No FY Fenrir ganks, though. You know, it's Vici. I mean, how often does this team not dual roam early? I'd say at least half their games they go for some kind of pressure. They are playing very defensively. And overall, looking at the farm, they're getting out farmed pretty heavily. About 1,000 gold down. Most of it, or about half of it coming from the first blood here.
Tower
but
is under
still
attack.
overall, getting the laning stage edge on the Vici game.
So, top lane, they're going to look to pressure iceiceice once more, but just a bit of casual harass coming out from the Grave Chill, and here we go. Aggressive hits level 6. This is where the magic begins.
No, yep.
Oh, he's already TP?
I'm telling you, man, every time he plays Gyro, get 6, TP. Here we go. And there's no lane board. Vici's not ready for this move. I mean, if they've watched the replays, they damn well should be, but Naga not the easiest target. Even the Bristle's going to be a tough one. Who do they go for? Do they actually try to engage on this aggressive? Oh, that's not the hero that he really wants. It may end up being a failed rotation.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's not even that costly for Tails because it gives Q the open lane.
Meanwhile, top lane, iceiceice trapped out. Soul Assumption's there, they're bringing in Fenrir, a little bit of reinforcements onto Q. They go to lift, the drop, they get the kill, they stun Garter, and he's going to have to back Vici, finding their openings and not giving up any as Fenrir looks for a Fade Bolt follow-up. Garter has Shadow Walk in 1 second. They get the vision. iceiceice nails him with the rocket. Oh, the timing there. Just so crisp for Vici.
Yeah, and CDEC didn't have mana for the Shuriken on Bounty Hunter, didn't have mana for a second Soul Assumption. Kind of hit or miss that fight there, but yeah, every little thing went their way.
FY trying to retreat himself away, but XC on the hunt doesn't have the move speed to keep up. He is doing a good job of occupying this jungle, but that's okay. Hal's just farming bottom, and nobody really can keep the Bristleback out of lane at this point.
Yeah, so Garter's still just roaming around, trying to wreak havoc throughout the Vici Gaming lines. And yeah, you kind of mentioned Q doesn't have anywhere to farm, so this actually opened. Yeah, he's getting the top lane. He's going to get time to get his level 6, and this is just the classic CDEC move where aggressive roams around and will worry about catching up and farm later on should he need to.
Help Super do a bit of jungling, you know, flax the creeps down. What a thoughtful guy. He's a gentleman.
So super, double Nell, 1200 gold. Hasn't actually got any boots yet, so probably just going to look towards treads at this point.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
iceiceice seems to be a little bit careful. There's Bounty Hunter back up top lane, but this Bounty Visage duo don't have the best kill potential on a Clockwerk.
It's like you said when the draft ended, the synergy isn't quite there overall compared to what we've seen from CDEC, but do still have the potential to keep the lane dominance going. Overall, still way up on creeps. Gold, though, pretty close to even. A lot of these are neutrals, and the extra hero kill makes a difference. FY. Jeez, that's a big Spiderling army.
Right now, CDEC are effectively farming all 5 heroes. They've got a support farming bottom, a support farming top, and Gyro jungling the Dire jungle, and Brew jungling the Radiant jungle. They have all 5 heroes somewhere farming. This is some serious communism level of play going on here with the CDEC side.
Unfortunately, one of the great ways to slow that down is to just gank the support and the safe lane. But iceiceice didn't actually catch the hook shot, but he did end up missing the top, so missed opportunity. And with that, Q should hit 6 here very, very soon. Super
also looking to punish. And yeah, that's really the best move. As soon as you see these supports alone in lanes, they're easy kills. They're the heroes that don't have escape spells, don't have great survivability. You should take those freebies, but got to hit those hook shots.
Familiar's about to come online here. Just one more creep wave should do it. And they've got a medallion. This allows CDEC to walk into the pit very early on. 2-1 the score, 10 minutes in. Given how most of CDEC's games have gone as of late, I think Vici will be pretty happy with the start. Gold experience even, but I mean maybe more importantly, just nobody feeding after the first blood. They've stabilized. They are getting their core farm, and looks like Al is getting closer and closer to a potential Vanguard.
Yeah, and this Brood in the Radiant jungle is just getting so much scouting.
They want to evict XC. They're like, okay, dude, you've had your fun here. Can you just leave, please?
He's kind of playing the bounty hunter role. He's getting all the scouting information. He's finding all these heroes. Ooh, they spot him with a rocket flare. They also had a sentry there too.
Well, he's able to scurry himself all the way towards the east as a super is pursued out by familiars.
They're dusting, they're centering, they're investing
Space
so much.
Created. Getting the kill makes it worth it, but oh, he runs back in and into trouble. Now he jukes the other direction. No, the hook is gonna whiff. XC just has to stand his ground. He's gonna survive. Space created. I think that was 2 sentries and a dust there.
And a hook,
and obviously a hook.
And even if it hits at that point, the dust had just worn off, so they weren't going to be able to get that kill unless he walked back into the sentry. But
you know, despite his heroic efforts, we're not quite seeing it in the scoreboard here as far as gold, but experience-wise, they are getting the levels. They're almost up 2K experience.
Yeah, they're wasting a lot of Vici's time, and I think, gold-wise, Vici getting to keep buying more sentries, more dust, so their economy should be taking hits through this, but we'll have to wait and see if they can make something work out of this. They are farming spiderlings every now and then. Like the sentries I saw earlier, like they dropped one and it was like found a big pile of spiderlings. So they're getting a little bit back from the Brood.
Just wondering at what point CDEC feel confident to... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they even try for a Roche sneak there.
Solo smoke from aggressive. Normally he's like smoking with supports. This time around he's like, okay, I'm just going to go by myself.
Bottom tower has
he wants to make something happen. He's had a very high hit rate on these ganks, but iceiceice is in great position to reveal this one, and he's kind of moving around as though he expects this.
He's trying to bait with the spiderlings, it looks like.
Oh. He's even seeing them, but not falling for it. They're just going to now they're going in. iceiceice is in position to prevent this aggression, and XC could be the man that gets caught. The Quill stacking up. Oh, he may just die to Quills at this rate. Needs to get down the cliff. He can't right now. The hook again, a miss from iceiceice. 0 for 3 on those. How may ended with the Quills. He doesn't get him. He's found the one nook, the one cranny where the Quills won't connect. XC is living a charmed life. This man needs to be playing the lottery, not Dota 2.
And they're still wasting time, but it's very much like it feels like Vici's gaming's time is being wasted. But you have to remember, this is the Gyro and the Brood not farming the map. Brood was kind of just toying with them, and Gyrocopter's also going for these kills. So this is the 2 of the big core heroes on the CDEC side not getting a lot of farm, and there's actually been a bit of a gold swing back toward Vici Gaming's favor.
They did get the tower bottom. That's where the big chunk of gold comes from. It's up to a 2,500 experience lead, but you know, that's where the rubber band really comes in. One bad fight, the gold rubber band was loosened quite a bit, but the experience rubber band snaps like that if you have one bad exchange. Could easily swing back the other way, and now the Vanguard up on Hal may go into a direct Crimson Guard if he really wants to just help the team. Generally, it's that Sanjing Asho or BKB build.
Under attack.
Yeah, huge ongoing sentry battle in this Radiant jungle, but it looks like the action may head towards the top lane as Hao and Fenrir making their move. Just Ancient Stack still here, so I think Hao just going to look to even accelerate his farm even further. Already topping the net worth chart, and that could get potentially even more out of it.
Super will TP himself away, and meanwhile XC,
Spiderlings, please.
He's on mid right now. He is trying to pressure the tower, but he's also feeding quite a bit of gold, as you're pointing out. Careful with these things.
Yeah, not a huge amount of gold, but still a bit unnecessary.
Hasn't taken the tower bottom either. That's the one thing. You've lost your tier 1 bottom. Nobody's farming the bottom lane right now for CDEC. It feels like they're almost over-committing to the aggression at this point.
Yeah, he's moved all of his webs into the Radiant jungle. He has no lane webs down bottom, which is almost unheard of for a Brood. This string going through the jungle, even towards the mid lane. He wants to apply pressure on heroes rather than the lane, which is... I don't know, it's a different approach. We'll have to see how it works out.
Garner, he's the one who scouted it. This should be a kill. That hook's not going to miss, and they do steal only Shadow Walk. CDEC happy that it's not going to be the track. But they do end up giving up a kill. 3-1 the score. A very quiet game. Aggressive immediately TPs in, drops the sentry. They'll deward the lane ward. Very prepared for that particular placement. Visage of Q will start pushing the top lane. Can they hold this mid lane? There's a Song of the Siren online now. It's a decent setup. They can go into the cogs potentially as Super blinks forward, engaging on Tashiki. He's got backup coming up, rather tanky. Wait a minute, walks back into the call down, but able to withstand the damage. There's the Song. FY almost dead off the bat. He's trying to run out. The Urn from iceiceice keeping him alive. Big saves. They almost got him. Couldn't quite finish the job. It's up to XC to cut him off. And Vici retreat as 5. They know they cannot spread out against this bounty hunter. And now CDEC, do they think about a Roche sneak? I'm just wondering, because they've got the medallion, they have the familiars. The Brood's pretty good in the pit, but they're not seeing enough of a window yet.
Yeah, CDEC, this game, they're playing to their typical style, but the kills and rotations just haven't been working out for them as well as they normally do. Been very good maneuvering around the map from Vici Gaming, and also, while avoiding the ganks, getting huge farm on Hao. He's now almost 2k net worth ahead of Gyrocopter.
He's the one that can't be ganked, and that's why we see him on his own. He just goes bottom, pushes the lane, takes the tower. Nobody even bothers to pressure him, but at some point they're going to have to reckon with Hao. This may be the time, gods. He's marching on mid. He's got a Sanj up. 1700 health with the max bristleback ready to go. This is going to be hard to deal with.
This is where the bristleback power plant against a Jericho who's been roaming too much and not really getting much. That Rocket Barrage cooldown doesn't do much damage to a bristleback when he turns his back on you. This is actually one of the better heroes to have against a Jericho.
Fenrir, have they finally found the freaking opening? Nope, not even. It's not there. They do get the one kill, but Cheeky's trapped within the cogs. Queen Fatal comes out, the net holds him in place. XC lucky to live through this, and Hal's going to look to rampage his way through the backline. Called out connecting though. They do bring down 1. It's a close exchange so far, 2 for 1. The track onto iceiceice. They're just trying to ignore this bristleback now, but it's not going to work much longer. Q next on the list. How? Oh, don't know if he finds anything more here. It might be Garter. Detection is gone, but he may well... Oh, Blink Scream, that'll do it. 3-2 the fight overall. The Bristle didn't even take a lick of damage.
He's beast moding. When he gets his SMY, that's added mobility, some more attack speed as well. He brings down heroes like Visage, Bounty, even the Lina in just no swipes at all.
And he's going to take a tower now. So they glyph it.
Structures are fortified.
They will.
TP's coming in from Lina, but I don't know if you want to TP into this bristleback.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, it's feeling like Hal may become the problem that can't be dealt with. How does CDEC adjust here, gods? What's the plan?
I think Brood wants to go back to maybe putting more focus and emphasis on pressuring the lane, trying to create more space by just having pressure onto this bottom tower. Not to mention, if you can take the tier 1 tower, it just opens up the access into that Radiant jungle that much more.
Oh, look who's found Super. XC with an army of familiars almost gets him off the bat, but he's going to blink exactly the right direction. And XC loses his pathing ability. So they will successfully retreat the quad. May open up this bottom tower, but
is under attack.
You see how with the TP here and a bounty room, he's ready to go. Garter, hunting, just one nuke and they'll get him. Then they find it, Blink, Scream, onto XC, he goes tracked and forced back immediately, but now have engages, and with a couple of auto attacks, they'll cleanly bring down XC, not losing. How great bait by him. CDEC being rebuffed in this Radiant jungle.
And we're going to rotate in as well. Runs into Garda, but it's bottom tier 1 tower is still the kind of focal point for CDEC, but I think they're going to quickly realize it's just not something they can take. And while this is going on, FY's up top pressuring the lane, and he's going to force rotations up here as well. So this is
under attack.
Quickly getting a bit out of control. CDEC just need to be able to take these objectives. This is the stage of the game where they're known for finding kills, taking towers, and really up in the heat, but it's not working against VG Gaming.
Middle tower is under
And
attack.
honestly, I feel like there is enough space that they could put FY into a carry Naga role. The Clockwerk can easily go into a 4-position support, just be the initiator. Fenrir has kind of been playing the 5.
At this point, they don't necessarily need to, but if things start looking like they're going to reach a neutral point between the two teams, it's definitely a consideration.
He's saving a lot of gold here. 1,600. If he wants that cheap, cost-effective item, could start picking up the components now. They're again making play towards the top lane, but the ping's already come out. They know he's in the neighborhood. Vici are just not getting caught at all by the bounty hunter.
Incoming!
The game is grinded to a halt for them. They had the one good gank top, and it's just been all Vici all the way ever since, Gods.
Yeah, I think VG Gaming just picking smart core heroes who they were very willing to give away the gyrocopter, and then you get a bristleback Queen of Pain. Two heroes who don't succumb to those early gyrocopter rotations or just early any hero rotations that Aggressive is so well known for, and it's worked out well. We've got Super, who's yet to die, as well as Hal and the bristleback. Neither of these two heroes will death yet.
They're getting tanky as well. I mean, not just Hal, even the Queen of Pain of Super, Point Booster, and Double Null Tally. Now the tread's complete. You get eyes on Shiki as Hal meanders through the dire woods. Sure, even these three together can take him down. He's turned into a raid boss in rapid order. He's going to move right past a dire sentry. Do they have a hero in range? The ping's coming out, but that's from the Radiant. CDEC also saw him, and immediately the TP out from Aggressive. Wherever they see Hal, they just run the hell away, and they may just have to forfeit that tower if he wants to push.
Yeah, that was a quick response towards mid lane. Aggressive still working on his SMY. iceiceice plants ward in front of them, and I think quickly realizes he needs to get the hell out.
They're just getting a little scared. Not often you see CDEC playing defense like this, and finally they're going to make the move into the Roche pit. This seems like the appropriate response. You see FY pressuring top, you see Hal up there. Try to get something out of your medallion, bring the familiars in. They're flying forward at this moment. But an Aegis, will it make a difference here, Gods?
It's a bit of a gold boost.
Well, if
gold and XP boost, if they can get it.
They're already backing off.
Allows them to maybe take a slightly more dangerous fight with an Aegis on the gyrocopter. But yeah, they're going to be forced back, and VG Gaming ready for it. They also, I think, scattered out with a rocket. Rocket Blue went towards the Ancients.
They're going for the Roshan. And it does appear like FY is looking for the Radiance. He's up to 2,600 gold practically now. Players come in, but Hal just stands unafraid in the midst of the pit. Maybe we see some big plays, but I'm not sure who they come from. There's no clock here, no storm, no jumper. They have to walk into the pit, maybe the Brood. Thrown out on Hal. Riptide will end the Spiderlings along with a Scream and Aggressive pushes at the top of the high ground. The team doesn't scout him, but they most likely expect the backstab here. And they get Roche into the danger zone. Time to go. Colin coming through. Will connect on Super, who's tracked. Double cutter stun. Brood, Spiderling, not enough. He brings down the safety. Where's the Laguna? They can't get it off. And now Hal charges forward. Garter did manage to finish on that way. NXC doesn't get him. Oh, he had Super, but the hook from iceiceice denies him. And they tap Hal on the run. Comes back in. As the first back up. There's the cogs. Beautiful by iceiceice. Pulls two in. But they managed to bring down the bristleback somehow, some way, and CDEC have found the damage. Multiple soul subjects and the Laguna out of nowhere. What do you know? It's a CDEC team wipe. Pile in the track gold and give them a Roche. I don't have any clue how they killed that bristleback, to be totally honest.
Gyrocopter. You throw enough rocket barrages, eventually he maybe goes down.
He's got to have 2,500 effective HP.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The vision advantage that CDEC get in a fight around the pit there just tracks on absolutely everyone. You have XZ in the important position of being on the high ground, throwing Spiderlings, throwing constant nukes, and the Queen of Pain initially survives. It was a great save from iceiceice, but it's still just a save. You're still in that bad position where suddenly iceiceice has put himself in danger. The chase potential of a Brood is there.
Have you seen this yet?
It was a 5k gold. So I saw in the team fight recap it was 5k, and yeah, we're back to even.
It's more the trajectory and less the number here. It's just a plummet.
It's an Aegis as well as the important thing. So
it's a free Yules for Shiki, and now he'll look towards the Ags. XC completes his Vlad's, and now it's 2300 gold. Right back to occupying the Radiant jungle. In good news for Vici, they do hold their towers, so they maintain some map control here. They still got the aggressive wards up. But now, that has to put them on the back foot mentally.
Yeah, now it's definitely a time where everybody's saying, I'm definitely going to stand. Yeah. Let's
Any questions?
Executing the backup plan.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, it's a pretty good Radiant Naga game. They don't really have great solutions for these illusions.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Time to test FY God's micro skills.
And for the time being, Vici Gaming gonna have to be once again dealing with a Brood Menace who's very close to him in the mid lane here.
They scouted. They just smoked. I don't think they were actually seen, but they're going to run. Oh, they do find the Bristle. Can they focus him out? Stun's going to connect to start off. They call for the check, but his back's close. That is a difficult target to bring down to him. Chala's attempting to exercise. It looks like he hits the team in again. And now they engage. This Banner tries to run away. The calldown's going to connect. That's a quick kill. BKB now deployed by Aggressive. The super ult was good, but not quite good enough. iceiceice found the tower deny. Again, XC just maneuvering on the sidelines of the fight, trying to find the easy pickoff. But FY says, just relax, guys. I'm farming. Back to the top lane. And they are going to clean up these ancients, it seems, even as the tracks pile in. Shiki get too low to go in there.
Doesn't want to risk too much there. It does have the Aegis, but throwing away for little gain isn't really on the cards for CDEC, who will fall back. And they would sort of kind of build towards their next level of items. Aggressive actually completed the BKB before the SMY. Shiki now is planning towards an Aghanim Scepter with a point booster pickup, so... For CDEC, they're not in a rush right now. They've kind of climbed their way back with a big team fight around the Roshan pit, but they know what Vici Gaming are kind of capable of because of everything that happened before that one fantastic fight. And if they're not getting the kind of high ground advantage coming out from the Brood as well as the tracks on everyone, team fights will not go so well for them.
And Darter just scouting things out. Goes run right by iceiceice and Fenrir. Gonna go invis again. Maybe to plant an observer ward here soon. Maybe tries to block the Ancients. Slow down How a bit. XC watches How farm up this bottom lane. Working towards this BKB. It is coming fairly soon here. Boy, still trying to get towards Relic territory. 2 minutes on the Aegis.
Do it with flair.
There's still a tier 1 top.
They're really chasing this Bristleback. They TP'd down 2 heroes, including the Bounty and the Gyrocopter, but...
That's not the hero you're looking for if you're CDEC.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
If he stayed pressing the lane, they could have brought him down, but he fell right back.
No Radiant Vision. Hal just keeps on scurrying about in his own woods.
He get swarmed on.
They do have BKBs here, but coming in is the smoke gang. iceiceice super and Fenrir all clumped up together. Maybe they lose Darter. Maybe they lose more. BKB from Aggressive. He's going to engage. Diving on to super, trying to finish him off here before the Blinky gets the kill. He's even chasing on to Hal, and he's got the back of a XC. There is a song available from FY, and he hits the eject button and says, get the hell out. This fight is over again. 3 down. They had the numbers advantage when it began, but they just couldn't sustain.
That kill in the BKB, the aggressive blink into a fall down, just causes so many problems there. And the good reactions from the Gyrocopter and just the positioning for CDEC, Vici Gaming didn't have an answer for. The Gyrocopter just pops the BKB cooldown rocket barrages, and they're not at the stage where they have damage that can go through the BKB yet.
FY has, oh well, he does have a net. He's got a dust just to ensure the net hits. Didn't have the TP, didn't have the song,
Radiant's bottom
but will be
tower
able to
is
make his
under
way
attack.
out. This Aegis is going to end soon though. Not sure if they actually take an objective on the back of it. Deso Brood. We've seen more of this, gods. Just better split pushing item, helps you with the Roche.
It's true through the Bristleback a little bit as well.
If you're not auto-attacking, does make you very, very squishy though.
Yeah, and this... Brood is, for the most part, not going to ever be like the #1 focus feature game. That's where that one big team fight around Roshan, Brood got a lot done. He threw a lot of nukes, was constantly right-clicking away, even during the ultimate. And because of how much damage output the Gyrocopter and the Lina can do, and just how pesky a bounty hunter can be, the Brood is often getting ignored. You see a Vlad's Brood and you think, oh, it's not really a hero we have to deal with, but over the course of a long team fight, that Brood will put some damage output out.
Also gives them some nice control here for Hal. The incapacitating bite, a very powerful slow, and the mischance helps a lot. He's got the Warpath stacks to worry about, and When those start to add up, his damage gets very substantial. They are making the move on top. Blink, Queen of Pain ultimate. They blow up Garter instantly.
I blinked and I just missed it, so.
I actually moved the camera, and while I was clicking, I also blinked. I didn't actually see him dying, but I saw the death notifications. We catch the corpse hitting the dirt. That's better than nothing, I suppose, here. But if you're going to lose anyone for CDEC, best to be a bounty hunter. Still, Speechy happy with the kill, and now looking to apply pressure top.
Yeah, FY reaches Relic territory, so he's going to have around a 31, 32-ish minute radiance at this rate.
We could be in for a long one, gods. We've been hoping for this 2-3 hour epic Chinese Dota classic.
Yeah,
this has the makings of it.
TI5 hasn't had any classic Chinese Dota yet.
No, it's had a lot of epic games though, that's for damn sure. Comes the rotation in. Q's going to get eyes on Hound, the familiar slow him down a bit. As they look to surround him here, are they going to throw everything at him? BKB gets popped, and Hound turns onto aggressive. May have to BKB to help get himself out of here. There isn't a whole lot of backup, but he's just going to play it safe. We'll end up retreating now.
They trade BKBs. I was like, I BKB, you've got to do one too. It's only fair.
It's only fair. Now Q looking to back off, but he's going to be the man that's caught. Trapped in the middle lane, and nowhere for him to go. Pick off again for Vici. A little bit of bonus skull, and they did steal, I think, a Soulish some. Oh, Gravejaw. I haven't really seen a big Fenrir spell steal yet. There are some good ones here. The Trap, the Laguna. Call down, obviously great, but none of them particularly easy to grab.
The Track probably, yeah, the ideal and actually plausible spell for him to be stealing, but even that is, yeah, there's no real guarantees. So, not the best Rubik game, but we'll see how he kind of copes as we head towards some of these big team fights. For now,
Lina Axe is online, and if this Bristleback isn't turned, and Shiki gets his next level, that's almost half his health, even with the BKB. Heavy damage coming out from this Lina if she can get it right. And probably their best tool to lock Hao down. But now that he has BKB, they are feeling strong and they're running headlong towards aggressive. There's a hook shot to cancel a TP. There's also a net, but FY is farming, not ganking. So they're going to need to hold the hook here if they hope to kill off this Gyro, and they're not going to find him. Oh, they got vision. They're going to get Garter again. He's the sacrificial lamb. Trapped in the comms, he 4-stabs out, and everybody and their mother is waiting for that 4-stab. But CDEC immediately smoking. I think maybe hoping for the instant Roche respawn.
No, I think going down go deep, put down some deep wards and try to find a pick off here.
FY is so close to this Radiance. Can they kill him? Yules, I don't know if they can chain stun this, and they're gonna get revealed now. FY can saw him if he really feels nervous. He's holding him now. They're going, and yeah, he's gonna have to pop it.
Didn't get the Yules off.
Crying for it.
Bottom lane, meanwhile, Q getting, there we go, there's the deep wards behind the bottom tier 2 tower, maybe for killing Fenrir.
Fenrir looking to shadow walk away. He's baited Q in, and Q may pay for this with his life. See it getting a bit sloppy here, starting to feed out. He looks to hold the line here, charging forward, but he's going into 4 heroes with only XC at his side. He still manages to pound through iceiceice, and they have the Laguna ready for House, but he shoots him while House not quite the damage they wanted, with a BKB ends. What a timing for a stun! Cheeky doing the math and getting another kill on Hao. I have no clue how they continue to bring him down when he is so freaking tanky, but see, making him look squishy.
They're doing like what would be like 3 to 4k damage worth of damage to a non-bristleback hero. To a bristleback, essentially. It's just like you're just gonna keep on throwing spells, keep on throwing rocket barrages, keep on attacking with your Desert Brood, and now the high ground is being seen. T3 tower brought down and Rax exposed.
There is a Radiance. This is the time you want to get this first lane of Rax before FY can start really split pushing out. They haven't committed fully yet, but they're going for it. They get the stun on Super, and XC goes in. That's just so damage! Are you kidding me? XC chewing through them. They're going to lose a couple now, but they've gotten the Rax 2 dead, and CDEC booking it out of there. I think worth it, gods, for that Rax.
A double buyback. The Queen of Pain also bought back on top of the Bristle. That's an expensive hold for VG Gaming, and you can't even call it a hold. They lost the melee Rax and everything. Super's buyback in the end wasn't even needed, but they were just, at that point, VG Gaming are just in a panic. They're like, wait, what's going on? We had like 1 or 2 heroes picked off, and suddenly we're losing a lane of Rax. This isn't right. We were winning this game early, and all of a sudden it's CDEC in complete control. Next Roshan respawning in less than a minute, and that's something they'll be eyeing off as soon as these heroes respawn. Maintain your creep equilibrium, push out some of these lanes, get some wards up, and look to secure a Roshan, secure the game.
As for Vici, with the transition into a Radiance for FY comes the plan B that, as you called it. Stall the game, farm the enemy jungle, get your boots of travel up, get towards the Manta Octarine, and I guess at this point, you play for late game.
Yeah, you're going for a 50, 60, 70 minute game here, and surprised to see Super on Queen of Pain also going for the Octarine core as a bit of an odd second item choice on Queen of Pain. Normally you see it much later in the game after your like third or like as a fourth or fifth item, following up your Shivers or your Orchid, your Hex, whatever it may be. Just with an Ag Scepter, you're taking in a lot of stats from this. It's one of the big benefits though.
Super is getting beefy. It's 2k HP now for him as well. Everybody seeing the devastating fire that this Lina can put out and just wanting to armor themselves up as much as humanly possible. CDEC now with 1 melee Rax. It's not enough to keep the lanes all pushed in, but gives them that extra bit of momentum that they'd like to have as the game moves along. Instead, Super does move in, trying to steal some of Garter's creeps. You begin to play a bit of a starvation game. You need to control the map, slow it down. The gem for CDEC and be the plan, guys. D-ward and try to counter exactly what Vici looks to do.
And getting some map control is going to just help them secure this Rosh that little bit easier. And I think they probably feel pretty confident they can just walk in, even if Vici doesn't know they're there. The Naga, as much as the range is going to help a lot, it doesn't really allow them to team fight just yet.
Ice. Are we going to see some heroics? He's got vision on the ping. Just a scared little Clockwerk walking away.
That gives Aggressive the money as well to complete his Monkey King bar. So he's got Aegis, BKB, SMY, and MKB. Very, very scary timing window now for CDEC where they can apply pressure. Should be able to take a lot of these outer towers, if not even threaten the high ground once more.
Do you think they need to end the game relatively soon? How do you feel they match up? Like, let's say this game goes on close to an hour or something. Is that where the Naga factor kicks in, or do you reckon CDEC have the tools to deal with it?
I think they have the tools to deal with it. You just reach that crazy like 60, 70 minute late game status where it's not like one team has an advantage. It just comes down to complete decision making and execution. Whether or not you can get that pick off on the Naga Siren by scouting him out with like a bounty hunter and the Lina Blink Hex or whatever it may be. And you just don't want to reach that state, I think, if you're CDEC. I think you want to try and at least take some out of towns with this Aegis, and next Roshan at the latest try and take a lane of Rax. If it goes beyond that, then you get into that crazy late game state where all kinds of things can happen.
Anything can happen. That famous interview with Dendi, I think shortly after TI2. Al caught mid lane because of the BKB. The stun coming through. He didn't caught the BKB. Al not quick on the reactions, and he's probably paying with his life for this. The track goes in. He gallops away, but has no TP. Oh, it's a big kill if he gives it up, and they're ready with the rotation, but not fast enough. Can he actually just Speedy Gonzalez's way to freedom? Where's the homie miss on the tower shot's not going to do it. They keep on chasing. The creeps just swat him on the behind as he runs away. Finally, the Yule. And that, the kill. Jeez, he's fast.
Is under attack.
Well then.
I mean, that's just, this guy's, he's not a Dota player, he's a track athlete. Well, they get it.
That was a track kill and a completely unnecessary kill on what was once your one position hero. It's still the most fun hero on their team, but at this point you're treating it quite like your main carry, I feel like, because he is the late game plan for Vici Gaming.
Maybe it's a bit of that suicide farming we've been talking about, but that felt a little overeager, to put it mildly.
Yeah, I'm just surprised not seeing BKB on the Yules drop down, but escaping was always going to be difficult.
They are starting to squeeze a bit, trying to corral Vici Gaming. Moving 4 heroes down near the middle lane. Top lane will be held by XZ, who's gone back into a BKB after his deso, and now up to another 2,700 gold. He could become another big right-click threat as this game comes along and give them...
Radiant's
I mean, honestly, they could have a quad core guys with track gold. The Visage isn't there yet, but a couple good fights and that can change quickly. Out goes the track on FY.
This Brute's just been a big problem throughout this entire game.
It felt for, oh, they stole track. Oh, this could be big for Vici. I don't know if CDEC want to push while track is stolen. That's
there's
big
comeback for
trouble. Yeah.
And Bristle about to respawn, so Aegis probably going to whittle away. I don't think CDEC will be able to get another melee Rax or even a tier 3 tower. Maybe they threaten this last remaining outer tower in the top lane, but for now they're pressing the lanes out, trying to get some vision up on the map. They don't have too much in the way of wards going right now, but with the gem on their side, they should at least be looking to deny Vici Gaming vision on the map.
Oh, this is interesting. The Octarine Sonic Wave. You mentioned getting tankier, and the Sonic Wave, every creep wave can be ulted. I mean, it sounds a little gimmicky, but it could stall the game quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit gimmicky. I'm not a huge fan of this, but yeah, the tankiness is the kind of side benefit as well, where having this much HP can actually help you out a lot, because he's been blinking in and dying a few times when he's tried to fight this game.
Maybe we see a hard for super at this rate. Yeah, there's the quad bolt.
Yep.
Hey, it's a spiderling farming ability.
Yeah, if you can get some spiderlings, that's great.
But I have to say, XC's done a pretty good job at protecting these. He's given up some. I don't feel like I've seen him just feeding like those endless waves of spiderlings that you sometimes notice in a Brood.
Yeah. Been pretty well microed for the most part this game. And CDEC gonna be dewarding some of that Vici Gaming vision around the top river, and they're looking like they want to pressure this top lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But they did. There's the spiderlings being fed. The caster curse is still real. I just wanted to check. You know, make sure it's still operating properly according to expectation.
Radiant's
they will take
top
down
tower
the last
has
outer
fallen.
tower, CDEC. They will make their move with the
Dire's
Aegis.
middle
They've got
tower
a
is
very
under
little bit of time. It's basically down. The quad bolt's going to slow them, and now they pull back in XC. Can they burst them before BKBs? Can they force out the BKB? There's the net aggression. Aegis, again, about to wear off, and I don't even think he can fight. Yeah, he's going to back. Tracks are being spammed out. This is like the worst possible time to go in. They've still got the track for some time here.
Seems like a good time just to complete full retreat. You've just lost Aegis. There's hunting.
We have not seen many hooks from iceiceice this game. That's, I mean, the ones he's had, he's missed most of them. Q, TP's out. No basher on the drive or in the bristle just yet. They go back to farming. So.
And Bristle, one of those kind of carry heroes who can be very scary throughout the lane stage and throughout about 30 to 35 minutes, but you reach this point in the ultra late game, he does fall off a bit. He gets kited quite badly. He gets down to that 5-second BKB, and he's so BKB reliant. It doesn't also have the mobility. Like, movement speed is there with the warpath and the Sanjin Yash, but not having like a blink or something as a carry or some way to quickly move around in a fight, he can really suffer from.
It might even be a blink. A blink might even be worth a pickup eventually.
Yeah, we've seen the Bristle blink.
It was good. It really owned a wisp.
The IO tiny game. Yeah.
I think it was LGD who got countered by it. Can be very, very potent, as clowny as it may sound. But CDEC unable to find a big objective with that Aegis. They still have the one melee Rax bottom, and I think they're very glad they committed a couple of bodies for it now, as it's allowed them to keep these lanes out. Still Vici Gaming are getting control of the map. You can see more and more the lanes getting pushed in deep behind enemy territory. Bottom lane, the one that's being forced back, but are starting to make this map their own as the game progresses, gods.
Yeah, the Naga effect is really coming into play, and this is before FY has Boots of Troubles, before he has a Manta style, so this only gets trickier for CDEC as time goes on. It feels like this next Roshan needs to be a lane of Rax. I mean, it doesn't have, like, not to say, like, okay, if they don't get a lane of Rax with the next Aegis cheese, they're in trouble. It's very much like we'll reach a point of the game where CDEC can't push or do too much. At the same time, Vici Gaming in the same boat. They're looking to stall things out. They're just going to be constantly split pushing, creep skipping lanes with the Naga Siren.
They've seen how he does have BKB, no TP, it's cooling down. Cheeky wants to make his move. He's found the Yule Scepter, but the BKB could be pumped immediately. This time, Howe's learned his lesson. Still, they're going to chase this. They get they're not slow just yet, but they're trying to go on him. He's just so damn fast, even with the track move speed going against him, and continues to book it back. But this time, he doesn't underestimate what CDEC can do if he's stunned. BKB does grow lower, down to 6 seconds. They pick up a Satanic on the Gyrocopter of Aggressive. Mid lane is pressing in. Naga Illusion starting to stake through the CDEC jungle. CDEC, do they actually try to force this high ground even without an Aegis? They want to, gods. They have the AC.
One creep wave.
It's a minute before Rose respawns. If they get wiped here, this could lead to a Vici Aegis.
Actually, it's a Sonic Wave. It's a little bit difficult. 3-point for
The Ulno trying to find it. It's not a great ultimate as Aggressive lays in the How's backside and forces him out of the fight. Isn't the needed BKB attack. Now the stun on the How. And blinking in front of him. Cheeky just rips him a new one. That's some swag play from Alina. But now the turnaround. Looking for iceiceice. Can he make something out of this? XC manning up with the BKB is able to get the job done. And now CDEC have punched a hole in the VG base. 2 lanes of frags down. No buyback on How. And it might just be GG. All of a sudden, just like that.
Wouldn't be surprised to commit to this third lane for the racetracks as well.
They're going back in. They've stolen the beautifully. Trying to throw it against him. They do bring that seed out, but Super may pay the ultimate price. There's the song. And play with the reset. He can finish off Q here quickly. Aggressive has a satanic soon, though. They heal up Q. He's going to survive. Hold out coming in. They're focusing on buildings here. Not really worried about heroes too much. Laguna's ready as well. They have to be careful not to give up more kills. Iceiceice to get Laguna right now with Die almost for full health. He's just above the threshold. The stun. He's dead as well. Cheeky racks up another. Aggressive, the one that played the kill. Super forced to buy back. And buy back in the frame. Flips it up and down. He does take out. He tries to play the security. Now he hits the real hero. He hangs on and he chases after Super. Has to blink to the left. Makes it out. The melee down mid. CDEC again and again with the upsets. Looking to make this another one. TPing out in their face. Pouring salt into the wound. They may lose Garner here, but the base is in shambles. And this team, gods, who would have thought? Who would have thought they could pull this off?
They're the real deal. Like, this is a very different kind of composition to what we've seen with their last draft. We talked a lot about how there isn't like the obvious synergy where they can move around the map with a ganking unit. That's why the Gyrocopter was going for these solo smoke ganks. And the really scary thing for teams in their group and in the rest of TI about this game is that CDEC's early movements didn't achieve much. They were smoking the Gyrocopters, going through the enemy jungle, not finding kills. It was one disastrous Roche fight that really swung things in CDEC's favor with that 5k gold swing, but the fact that CDEC can also play this well from behind and against a team like Vici Gaming, that is a sign of things to come from this promising team.
And with the win here, they put themselves in at least very good position for top 4. They've got the least games played of all the teams in the top 3, and they're tied for first right now.
By the way, refresher on Aggressive's Gyrocopter.
Okay, double BKB, double Satanic, double cooldown.
Yep.
That's a very big pickup.
And
it's a good zoning ability, the cooldown, even if because it just means you get more auto type. Oh, and the double flak, of course. How could we forget that? If they get the Sages, I just go down mid. Vici, very hard time holding. The base is low, but then you can see the fight breaks out near the road champion. FY immediately Laguna goes off the bat. XCN and the blinking spider. It's something out of the most horrible nightmare. And it will kill him off. Now the secondary call on Cow can't turn his back, won't turn his back, and will die back.
These blink
well,
dashes.
actually, that's just the death, but he's dead for a long time.
The blinking brood there in the top lane, it was the blinking Lina where when the stun hits Bristle, you blink past, get the Laguna from the front. These have been the key late game items. There was a large item blink on both of them.
And there you have it, guys.
CDEC take game 1 of this best of 2, and they have pretty much clinched a top 4 finish, and quite likely they're going to be eyeing off the top spot in this group B.
And I think Vici looked at the way the Bristleback got started from out, and they felt like the Brood had been dealt with. They hadn't given up kills. In fact, they had shut down the bounty hunter roam.